His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is not joking on that at all. You know, he said even his appointees, if you go that way, he is not going to cover you. So everybody is standing straight. But Auntie here said that he wishes that the president will be firm on the fight against corruption. He will be very firm. He truly believes in oral, and he knows that oral is going to work. It's not just an academic exercise. And he's going to make sure that at the end of the day, money that has been taken from this country will be retrieved and people will be dealt with.
Because
he's serious about it.
The thoughts are that it's always easy if it's your opponent who's on the chopping block, for example. But when it's one of your own, then, for example, in the last regime, you get love letters, you know, because one might say, well, I know what you are like. I've worked with you before. I believe in your innocence and all of that. How do we ensure that it doesn't happen?
When His Excellency John Mahama was president, did you see any love letters to anybody? Is he not the one who took Abu Gapele to court? And that other lady, what's her name?
The lady who wished to have 1 million.
That was just a wish.
Vicky Hama.
Yeah, Vicky Hama.
That's right.
Did you understand? So there are two different regimes that we are talking about. You cannot compare the two. One decided that his people would not do anything bad. The other is saying that if you don't do things right and you engage in corrupt practices, you'll be dealt with. The system will deal with you. So I believe with that one, I mean, Ghana is good to go, and he's going to be prudent. If you see the work he even did with little money in a space of two and a half years when he was president before, everybody knows what it is. But you see, going back to SML and everything, procedure is key. It's when you talk about SML, when Amanase was speaking, it was on procurement.
That's right.
And this government, the MPP government has breached a lot of procurement rules. That is why I find it very surprising when the MPP members are saying that what the chief of staff did with the appointments, the termination is a problem. Because it's about procedure. You take somebody into the public service. Public service is an institutionalized place. It is also cost, and there is procedure. The person has to go through an interview. The position has to be advertised. There should be competition. You can't just pick any. There should be space for the person, a vacancy that the person is going to fill. So it's possible he knows that all these things they didn't go through. They didn't go through the process. Also, you have to have a budget for new staff. Because if I'm coming in government and you burden me with new staff, it's cost.
That's right.
You have to pay salaries. You have to pay certain emoluments. You have to pay certain benefits like medical bills. Some people give fuel, clothing allowance, all manner of allowances. It is still cost. In which budget has that cost been allocated? Because the budget for the nation has not been read. And when you take on somebody, you need to also go for financial clearance. If you don't have a financial clearance, especially with the ministries, there should be financial clearance for the person to what? To be taken into the institution. There is job rationalization. So that people are one person or three people will not be doing the same job. These are all things that I believe has been looked at. And that is why there is an opening that after all the audit has been done and everybody and the office has gone through everything, those who are to be employed will be given the opportunity to reapply. So I do not see why, and yesterday Austin Game was talking about it. I do not see the reason why everybody is saying it is bad. And yes, they are Ghanaians, but there is procedure, because if you don't start on procedure, you are going to get it wrong. Procurement has brought SML here. If they had gone through the necessary procurement practices, it would have been interrogated. Then when you come to public service, when you are taking the interrogation is the interview. You have PSC. PSC will take you through a certain process for you to be interviewed.
That's right.
So you can't just put people in there and say that you have employed people. It is not done. I mean, typically in the public service, you cannot. Even a private sector person, the people have to go through interview. So if there is evidence of the position being advertised in the paper, evidence of the people going through interviews, evidence of the cost implications, how it's going to be covered. That is why I believe during the transition team, the incoming government said, don't employ. Because they have the experience to know that if you employ, it is an issue of cost. It has cost implications.
And that's an important point, and thank you for that. It's all about procedure. We can nip some of these things in the bud.
Yes, so you see, if you go, that is why we have the procurement law. If you go through the procurement process and you have what is good and yours can be benchmarked to best practice, whatever product, whatever service you want to supply, it is okay for best practice, it's okay for the nation, your cost is good, there's no problem. Do you understand me?
Absolutely.
So we need to go through the procurement, and I believe that we have to start. I'm not a technology person, but we have to start digitalizing our payment systems.
You think that will eliminate some of
so that money does not go into the hands of people?
But it appears even where we employ digital tactics, the human element still finds a way.
So we should, when you go to any developed country, you pay your toll. You are not with any human distance.
That's right.
So why don't we learn when we travel? Instead of looking at the fashion, we should also look at the best practice as in technology and development, and how you see we should aspire and say that we are going to be like America.
Absolutely.
We are going to be like Dubai, which was just a desert, and now they are a tourist country. We need to tell ourselves, and you see, I think it is time for us to also include patriotism in our curriculum. The school curriculum, because now the young ones, everything is money. But it is so because maybe they feel that, we don't have a future. Everybody in this nation has a future, and I believe that with the new government in power, the future is bright. We should all come on board and make sure that we help to make our country good. And if you are living in this country, nobody will say they are deporting you. You are a Ghanaian. This country belongs to you.